Hello everyone, this is Mario, welcome back to my channel and welcome to stage 5 of the Tour de Suisse 2019 in Pro Cycling Manager. So today the riders will face 176 kilometers. They will go from Münchenstein to Einsiedeln. The route is quite hilly in the initial kilometers, but since those hills are in the beginning of the stage, they probably will not cause that many trouble to the riders. Then near the end of the stage, we have a category 2 climb. It's quite long actually, so it might pose a problem to the sprinters. So I will try to take advantage on that to try to take the stage win with Rui Costa. Of course, if riders like Peter Sagan or Matteo Trentin survive to that climb, they will probably be the top favorites to take the stage win today. So the stage is now beginning, and today I'm going to try again to put Sergio Henao in the breakaway. The peloton did not allow the Colombian rider to go in the break yesterday. Let's see if I can do that with him today. So we have a very early fall in the stage. We barely started. Fabio Aru fell. Let's see if he can continue the race. There are riders abandoning Buda and Burgart, so not important riders for the GC, but one less for Total Energy and for Bora Hansgrohe. Geraint Thomas also fell, so it's the second time he falls in this Tour de Suisse, but he did not have any problem because of that. And another big fall. So this is being quite eventful in the first few kilometers. Let's see, Paré-Pantre from AG2R is also abandoning the race. We had in this fall important riders like Marc Soler, also Thies Benoot, Koen Bouwman. I also saw André Zeitz, Fellini and Gianluca Brambilla. So some important riders in here. Sepp van Mark as well and John Degenkolb. It's still a long way to go in the stage, so they will soon be back in the peloton. So today we have 10 riders in the breakaway. A few kilometers ago we had 13, but some of them got dropped. The pace from the peloton is really strong. It was quite strong in the initial hills of the stage. And so the breakaway had to ride with a strong pace as well. And some of the riders were not able to keep up with that pace. So in this 10-man group, we have Franchini, Enrico Battaglin, Michael Schär, also Hansen, Merawi Kudus, Heinen again, he was in the breakaway yesterday as well. I think it was yesterday. Jelle van den Aert again, Sergio Henao, and Larry Warbath. So the pace is really quite strong in the peloton. We have Bora pacing in the front of the group with Lukas Postelberger. He's leading the pace here. Now Sunweb and the Koenig Quickstep are also approaching the front of the peloton. So they are clearly working for their sprinters, namely Peter Sagan, Elia Viviani, and also Michael Matthews. The lead in the breakaway group is still only 2.5 minutes, so it's not going to be easy for these riders to reach the line ahead of the peloton. I have Sergio Henao is still in a good condition. He's not wasting that much energy. Since most of the riders are putting a really strong pace in the breakaway, Henao is not really doing much work, so is in a really good condition for the final 100 kilometers of this stage. So with 63 kilometers to go in the stage, the gap between the breakaway group and the peloton is still only slightly above 2 minutes, so it's been really stable. And I'm pretty sure that in the category 2 climb, the peloton will be able to get back to catch the breakaway riders. And in the meanwhile, Marc Soler had a puncture, so he got dropped from the peloton. All his teammates are waiting for him. So this might be crucial moment. If Soler doesn't reach the peloton before the climb, he might be in trouble. And probably because of Marc Soler having that puncture, we have Team Ineos pacing at the front of the peloton. The Movistar men are having problems, and we have another fall. Wow, this is being really chaotic. And oh, Team Marc Soler teammates, 3 of them also fell. And Pelot is out. Nathan Haas is also out of this race. And for Marc Soler, it's going to be terrible because he now has 3 less companions to help him. So it's only Winner Anacona and Hector Carretero working to bring back Marc Soler to the peloton, and he's really far behind now. It's going to be really hard for Marc Soler to get back to the favorites group. And we have attacks in the front of the breakaway group. I'm not really attacking with Sergio Henao. It was Jelle van Endert and Enrico Battaglin. Michael Schar tried to follow, but he could not follow the pace of the other riders. Let's try and easily get Sergio Henao, sorry, back to Jelle van Endert and Enrico Battaglin. The breakaway riders are being caught. I'm keeping Aru here. Sergio Henao close to Rui Costa as well. And probably he will be helping the Portuguese rider in the final kilometers of the stage. So we are now going on this category 3 climb. Let's try to take points here with Rui Costa. So he got a few more points. He now has 18 for the mountain classification. I did not go for the category 2 climb earlier, and the first rider there was Jelle van Endert. So the pace is now increasing for the intermediate sprint, and I'm a bit late now. I won't sprint for this one. It's going to be Peter Sagan, I think, and Elia Viviani taking the points there. So there was no chance for me to get any time bonus in this one. So as we approach the end of the stage, we have 28 men in the front. We are 13 kilometers away from the finish line. There are still plenty of sprinters here. Viviani is here. I did see Peter Sagan. Yeah, Peter Sagan is here. Let's see if Matteo Trentin is also in this group. Yeah, he is. I don't know if John Degenkolb is here as well. I don't think so. But at least Viviani, Sagan, and Matteo Trentin are the 3 favorites for the win today. So I put Rui Costa in the wheel of Elia Viviani. Let's try to do the best we can in this final sprint. We only have 39 men here, almost 5 kilometers from the finish line. And let's use, well, the pace again decreased really significantly. I'm going to try to pace a bit with Sergio Henao and use the energy gel on Rui Costa now. So let's just try and put some pace in this group with Henao. I don't really like to have a slow pace going to the finish line. We now have Patrick Conrad doing the same thing. So let's try and do the best we can. 1.5 kilometers to go. Viviani is being dropped a bit. Well, Rui Costa cannot really follow. Let's try to sprint now. Let's see what we can do. And it's going to be Elia Viviani taking the stage win today, ahead of Luis Leon Sanchez and Peter Sagan. Rui Costa is again in the top 10. He was 8th today. It was not really the best sprint, but yeah, Rui Costa cannot really follow the pace once Elia Viviani starts sprinting. So Peter Sagan was the one launching the sprint today. He maybe went a bit too early. Elia Viviani was really strong. He managed to overtake the former world champion and took the stage win ahead of Luis Leon Sanchez, Peter Sagan, and Michael Matthews. Elia Viviani taking his first stage win and probably the last in this Tour de Suisse. He beat Luis Leon Sanchez, Peter Sagan, and Michael Matthews in the final sprint. As for Rui Costa, he had to settle for 8th in this stage. There are no significant changes in the GC, although today Marc Soler lost a lot of time and he is now out of the top 10 of this race. Rui Costa keeps the lead in the mountain classification, now with 18 points, 4 ahead of Jelle van den Dert, but he lost the lead in the points classification to Søren Kragh Andersen, who now has 72 ahead of Rui Costa. No changes in the young rider classification, as Søren Kragh Andersen is obviously the leader here. And in the team classification, it's Team Bahrain Merida leading. So this was the final chance for the sprinters to take a stage win, and they did so. Elia Viviani took the win today. He was the strongest in the finish line. I actually put Rui Costa in the wheel of Elia Viviani. It was a good choice, but Rui Costa simply doesn't have the speed to follow the wheel of the Italian champion. So the first few kilometers here were very eventful. There were quite a few falls, and 5 riders had to withdraw from this race. And also, most significantly, Marc Soler lost a lot of time today. So he reached the finish line 7 minutes and 10 seconds behind. So GC-wise, Marc Soler dropping from the top 10 is really the only significant thing to have taken place. He is now 36th, 8 minutes and 2 seconds behind Søren Kragh Andersen, so he's no longer a threat to the GC riders, but he can now go on and try to take some wins in the remaining stages. So looking at the next stage, we finally have some big mountains for the riders. We have a summit finish. It's the first one in this race. It's a really short stage, only 121.9 kilometers long, but that final climb will surely start to shape the final GC. Of course, the favorites for this stage are the pure climbers. Rui Costa is also among the top 10 favorites, so let's try to do the best we can with the Portuguese rider to keep him in touch in the GC. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It was more eventful than I was expecting, with the falls and with Marc Soler losing so much time. So if you have enjoyed it, please like my video. Also, please comment below on what you think I should have done differently. And if you like my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the support, and I hope to see you all next time for Stage 6 of the Tour de Suisse 2019 in Pro Cycling Manager. Bye!